And they're in their skivvies with their socks on, getting sloppy drunk. Ain't bothering nobody. So Noah's in his tent, and Ham had seen his father, Noah, naked in the tent. And what he did, he laughed at his father. And he ran and told his two brothers, Shem and Japheth, come and see daddy's drunk as hell and he's naked. You want to get a good laugh? I'm just adding that in. Anyway, when they both came to see what was going on, they grabbed a sheet and they ran backwards, not looking at the nakedness of their father, and wrapped him in that blanket. And what happened was, after he came out of that drunkard, he had knew that Ham had did that, had made mockery of him about him being naked, and he said what the elder just read, accursed shall be Canaan. He didn't put the curse on Ham, he put the curse on Canaan. Why? Because the Canaanites were going to take that land where the Israelites dwelt at thousands of years ago. All right? So get it right. All right, let's read that.
This is Genesis 9 and 18. And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and Ham is the father of Canaan. These are the three sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread. And Noah began to be an husbandman, and he planted a vineyard. And he drank of the wine and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his two brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon both their shoulders, and went backwards and covered the nakedness of their father. And their faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness. And Noah awoke from his wine, and knew what his younger son had done unto him.
Yeah, you read the part about him putting the curse on his son Canaan, because Ham had 4 sons. Canaan put Mizraim and what was the other one? Cush. So he didn't put it on Cush. He didn't put it on Mizraim. He didn't put it on Put. He put it on Canaan. So now what happened when Abraham came on the scene? He received it. Matter of fact, let's go to that. Was that Genesis 12, 15 and 12? All right, go ahead.
Genesis chapter 15, verse 12. And when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and lo, an horror of great darkness fell upon him. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterwards shall they come out with great substance.
Yeah, the nation that was going to be judged was the people of Mizraim, which are known by today's scholars as the Egyptians. Go ahead.
And thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace, thou shalt be buried in a good old age, but in the 4th generation they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full.
The Amorites are one of the lines of the Canaanites. Go ahead.
And it came to pass that when the sun went down and it was dark, behold, a smoking furnace and a burning lamp that passed between those pieces. And the same day the Lord made a covenant with Abram, saying unto thy seed have I given this land, from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates. The Kenites and the Kenizzites, the Cadmonites and the Hittites and the Perizzites and the Rephaims and the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Girgashites and the Jebusites.
Okay, so now let's go to Deuteronomy 7 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 1. When the Lord thy power shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it.
Because they just left out of the land of Egypt, and they were to go to the wilderness. They were going to be in the wilderness for 40 years, and then they were going to go into the land of Canaan, and they were to take down the Canaanites. Go ahead.
And hath cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites and the Girgashites and the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou.
And then let's go to the table of nations. Let's read the sons of Canaan to show you that the Amorites and the Hivites and the Perizzites are Canaanites, because they were all Canaanites. They all came out of Canaan. Go ahead.
This is the book of Genesis 10 and 6. The water. And the sons of Ham, Cush and Mizraim and Put and Canaan. And the sons of Cush, Seba and Havilah and Sabta and Raamah and Saptakah. And the sons of Raamah, Sheba and Dedan. And Cush begat Nimrod, who began to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod.
Go to where Canaan, the sons of Canaan, if you can find it. I don't know if it's mentioned in there. Go ahead.
Verse 15. And Canaan begat Sidon his firstborn, and Heth, and the Jebusites, and the Amorites, and the Girgashites, and the Hivites, and the Archites, and the Sionites, and the Arvadites, and the Semarites, and the Hamathites, and afterward all the families of the Canaanites spread abroad. And the border of the Canaanites was from Sidon, as thou comest to Gerar unto Gaza, as thou goest unto Sodom and Gomorrah, and Admah and Zeboim, even unto Lasha. These are the sons of Ham, after their families, after their tongues, and their countries, and in their nations.
Yeah, so you can understand that the Canaanites, the Hivites, the Parasites, and so forth, they're all Canaanites. That's the principal progenitor. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
The book of Exodus 13:3-5. And Moses said unto the people, remember this day in which ye came out from Egypt, out of the house of bondage, for by strength of hand the Lord brought you out of this place. There shall no leavened bread be eaten. This day came ye out in the month Abib. And it shall be, when the Lord shall bring thee into the land of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, which he swore unto your fathers to give thee, a land flowing with milk and honey, that thou shalt keep the service in this month.
Okay, so we got that. Let's read on.
All right. This is back in Deuteronomy 7:1. When the Lord thy power shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and hath cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when the Lord thy power shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughters thou shalt not give unto his sons, nor his daughters shalt thou take unto thy sons. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you, and destroy thee suddenly. But thus shall you deal with them. You shall destroy their altars, and break down their images, and cut down their groves, and burn their graven images with fire. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Lord,
we are those people. We are those people. Go ahead.
The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because you were more in number than any people, for you were the fewest of all people. But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh king of Egypt. Know therefore that the Lord thy power, he is the Most High, the faithful power, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him, and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations, and repayeth them that hate him to their face, to destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hateth him, he will repay him to his face. Thou shalt therefore keep the commandments and the statutes and the judgments which I command thee this day, to do them. Wherefore it shall come to pass, if you hearken to these